highway getting longer all the time. And if she don't come and get me, well, I'm gonna lose my mind. So if you read about me, tell her she's the one to blame. Oh yeah, you gotta keep.
Actually, this is a damn good album. From start to finish, it rocks. It has beautiful songs, and it's a shame that album never got released during his lifetime. I'm talking about Elvis Presley for the Asking, subtitled The Lost Album. After releasing a string of fantastic studio albums, beginning with Elvis's Back when he returned from the army, continuing with his gospel record His Hand in Mine, then Something for Everybody and Potluck, the song Devil in Disguise became a smash hit, and the time looked right to release another studio album. But because of the very hectic schedule of making movies and movie soundtracks, Colonel Tom Parker and RCA were thinking that because of all the releases they already did, there was no place for a new studio record. And that's a shame, I can tell you, because the 12 songs that were recorded in Nashville in 1963 would have made a fantastic album. But instead of that, all those recordings appeared, or maybe I should say disappeared, as bonus tracks on different soundtracks throughout the years. Some of them appeared on B-sides and some of them appeared as a single. But the true impact of those songs got lost because of the spreading of that. It is not until you play all these songs together in one spin you realize the impact of those songs and how good this album would have been. Would it have been released back in those days, it would without a doubt be a smash hit. I'm talking about For the Asking. I already showed you before, which is this album. So in 1990, when RCA was re-releasing a lot of Elvis Presley, some of the records for the first time ever on CD, they also came up with a brand new studio record, which was this one. And what they did is they collected those 12 songs from the 1963 recordings in Nashville, and they did what they actually would have done or should have done back in 1963, releasing it as a complete album. Hence the subtitle Lost Album, because the album actually got lost in between all these releases of movies and movie soundtracks. When you listen to this, this would have been the perfect follow-up to Potluck from 1962. So they did a great job putting them together, because actually when they put those songs together on this record, they also restored the beauty and the impact of those songs. So in my opinion, when you are an Elvis Presley fan, you should have this record in your collection. If you don't have so, pursue for it, because it's really fantastic. Okay, let us take a look at the content of this one. If I'm going to turn it over, by the way, let's talk a little bit first about the artwork. I mean, if you take a look at this record, you know, you can see that when they did this in 1990, they really did this in the style of the 60s. So it would be very likely that it looked like something like this when it would have appeared in 1963. Just compare it to, for example, Something for Everybody. You see, it's a similar kind of artwork. It really represents a time frame when those records were made and released. Potluck, same thing. You see that? So the one who did this is actually a Dutch guy. His name is Ger Rijf. He was very actively involved in the oldest Dutch Elvis Presley fan club, which is It's Elvis Time. And he also released a couple of very nice books on Elvis Presley. He did the artwork also on this one. And also the flip side of this record really represents the time frame when this album should have been released. So the album opens with Long Lonely Highway, and you might recognize that as the opening track for the movie Tickle Me, which is actually a pretty fun movie, and I think Elvis also got his first and only movie award for that movie as an actor. I gotta look that up, but I think that's for this movie. Also, the studios and the producers, when they run out of money, there wasn't enough money left to record a specific soundtrack recording for this movie. So what they did is they took songs he recorded earlier, and which were songs basically taken off from albums like Elvis is Back. I think Dirty Dirty Feeling comes to mind that appeared in that movie. And also some songs from Something for Everybody and Potluck. I Know Such an Easy Question is in it. And a couple of other songs also. And also one of the songs appearing in that movie is a song which also is on this album, which is Slowly But Surely. So it's actually, if you think about it, that movie must have one of the greatest soundtracks, because those songs, as you probably know, are pretty good. So then all the other songs on this, let me call them to you. Western Union is actually it's a similar song to Return to Sender, similar kind of lyrics. Witchcraft was a single which also appeared on Golden Records 4. Love Me Tonight, What Now, What Next, Where To, Please Don't Drag That String Around also appeared on Golden Record 4. Blue River, Never Ending. Devil in Disguise, which was the smash hit from this one, which also appeared on Golden Records 4. Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers, that came on another compilation album that came out in 1965, which was Elvis for Everyone. Echoes of Love, Slowly But Surely, which also appeared on Tickle Me. And then the last three songs on this record, they were recorded a year later in 1964. And those are It Hurts Me, Memphis, Tennessee, and Ask Me. And Ask Me and It Hurts Me also appeared on Golden Records 4. All the other songs, especially the ones which were recorded in 1963, they were spread out as bonus tracks on different soundtracks. Western Union, for example, appeared on Speedway record. Love Me Tonight on Fun in Acapulco. What Now, What Next, Where To on the Double Trouble record. Blue River also on the Double Trouble record. Never Ending also as an extra on the Double Trouble record. Devil in Disguise, we know that. Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers, what I told you before, Elvis for Everyone. Echoes of Love went on the soundtrack for Kissin' Cousins. Slowly But Surely on Fun in Acapulco, just like the Love Me Tonight song. So you see, Memphis, Tennessee also appeared on the Elvis for Everyone record. So that's a shame actually, because now when you have all these songs together on this record, you truly understand the enormous power of this record, which is called Elvis for the Asking. Fantastic record, really fantastic record. So let us take a look at the vinyl, because you want to see that, of course. It's on this label, which was typical for the releases in the 80s and the early 90s. It's silver lettering on a black label. So all in all, if you want to buy an Elvis record which is perfectly fits into Elvis catalog from the 60s, then this is the album to go after. Elvis for the Asking, the Lost Album.
I got a dirty, dirty feeling. Dirty feelings going on. I almost hit the ceiling when I woke up and you was gone.
Yes, it's Elvis as a singing, swinging cowboy. A rodeo-riding, bronco-busting champ. Oops. Whose job is wrangling fillies on a dude ranch, where the little girl with the big eyes is a cowboy's dream.
Such an easy question. Why can't I get an answer?
The ranch boss, a gal who usually gets what she wants.
I thought this was going to be strictly business.
Oh, I mean business.
I've heard of this happening to secretaries before, but this is ridiculous.
We're gonna love our whole life long. 'Cause baby, it feels alright. How can it be wrong?
When Elvis sings, dude ranch dolls drool. But their buckaroos are spoiling for a fight. Leave it to Elvis to find a ghost town with real live ghosts.
What'd I tell you? It's your imagination.
no use, Pam. He's too smart for us.
He's a hard-hitting hombre, and the kind of guy that brings a ghost town to life.
The Panhandle Kid.
You just did what I made you do. You love me and I love you too. So if the way they talk can bother you, I put the blame on me.
Is it all real, or is it a dream?
Since you stole her out of sight, I ain't had a peaceful night. Night rider, won't you let my baby be? Come on, send her back to me.